If you hear a noise outside at night, it is probably best to pretend you did not hear anything at all. This old video first appeared on YouTube in July 2006, and even now, it still makes a lot of people uncomfortable because of how real it feels. The video begins when the person filming hears strange sounds around the house and decides to go outside to check. From his breathing, you can tell he is already extremely tense. But at first, the yard seems completely empty. Until he walks past a large plant pot and turns the camera back. A figure suddenly rushes out from behind the pot and disappears into the darkness. The person filming immediately runs after it, but quickly loses sight of whatever it was among the thick fences and bushes. Then, as he continues searching in the backyard, he comes face to face with that strange figure again. This time, he does not chase it anymore. He runs straight back into the house, locks the door, rushes upstairs to his bedroom, and locks himself inside. But even after he is lying in bed, the sound of knocking keeps echoing from somewhere outside. The rest of the video is almost entirely a black screen, leaving viewers waiting for whatever is out there to suddenly find a way in. No jump scare appears after that. But the terrifying question remains: who or what was the thing that ran out from behind the plant pot? And why did it follow the person filming all the way back to his bedroom door? There is only one thing scarier than seeing a ghost. The moment the ghost realizes you can see it too. The video was filmed on the grounds of a church in Esholt, in the United Kingdom. At first, the camera was only pointed at the old building and the empty cemetery around it. But when the camera tilted downward, a face suddenly peeked out from the corner of the wall. It appeared to be a young girl staring straight at the person filming. The moment she seemed to realize she had been spotted, the girl immediately pulled back and vanished from view. The man quickly ran over to check. He panned the camera around the corner of the church, along the wall, and across the nearby area, but there was no one there anymore. There were no footsteps, and there was no obvious place where the girl could have run off that quickly. It could have simply been a real person messing with the cameraman. But if it was not, then the camera captured the moment a ghost not only appeared, but also realized it was being watched, whether you believe in ghosts or not. That face peeking out from the corner of the church is still enough to make you rewind the video one more time. A Paranormal Journey uploaded this chilling video in February 2019 after accidentally capturing an unexpected visitor while investigating a locked building as they stepped into a dark room that resembled an attic. The person filming had taken only a few steps before suddenly stopping and nearly stumbling, but looked closely toward the back of the room. A full-bodied figure appears to slowly glide through the darkness just behind them. It is visible long enough to resemble a real person before quickly disappearing from view. Only a few seconds later, both of them hear the sound of rapid footsteps somewhere inside the building.
What the fuck was that? I don't know, you know. What the fuck was that? I don't know, you know. What the fuck was that? I don't know, you know. Fucking hell of a bang. Sounds like someone running. Jesus. Hello? Hello?
They immediately call out, but receive no response. According to the person who uploaded the video, the entire building had been locked, and the two of them were believed to be the only people inside. That leaves only two unsettling possibilities. Someone had secretly made their way into the building, or the camera had just captured something that did not need a key to get inside. Do you think it was a trespasser hiding in the attic, or a full-bodied apparition that had just passed behind them? Strange noises outside prompted this man to climb onto the rooftop in the middle of the night to investigate. But what appeared in the beam of his flashlight was probably not what he expected to find. In the video, he repeatedly sweeps his flashlight around the area, trying to figure out where the sounds are coming from. Look closely at the right side of the screen. For just a brief moment, what appears to be the figure of a woman emerges from the darkness. The man immediately notices it and shines his flashlight in that direction. But the figure has already disappeared. YouTuber Hassan Barbar believes he is confronting a hostile jinn. He continues following the hissing sounds echoing through the deserted area. But every time he gets closer, the sound seems to shift to another direction. Whatever it is always seems to be just ahead of him, yet never allows itself to be seen clearly. Finally, just as Hassan seems to be catching up, every sound suddenly stops, and the entity disappears completely. No one knows whether the figure on the right side of the frame was a real person, a shadow, or something else entirely. But if a constant hissing sound keeps leading you deeper into the darkness, the wisest decision is probably not to keep following it. That night, the man said he had been hearing strange noises around his house, so he decided to set up a camera to record whatever might be happening. Then, at exactly 2:22 in the morning in India, the camera captured a moment that convinced many people something invisible was standing right beside him.
What the fuck was that? Something just dragged me out of the bed, guys.
In the video, the man's body is suddenly jerked violently, as though some unseen force has grabbed him from outside the frame. At first glance, the scene looks very much like it could have been staged using wires. But the way he loses his balance and reacts in panic has led many people to believe that what happened was not planned. No one can see what actually struck him, and the footage offers no clear explanation. Do you think this was simply a cleverly staged performance? Or did an invisible force really attack the man at 2:22 in the morning? A security camera at the Mohali Court Complex captured a strange incident right along a walkway. At first, an unusual blurry streak glides across the frame, making the floor beneath it appear distorted as it moves. But the most noteworthy moment happens just a few minutes later.
वो आ रहे ने देशपाल जी शुरू शुरू की है चल भी रही है चल रही है आगे
धक्का मारा ना धक्का बजा यार और बंदे में बैठ पे यार धक्का बजा
As someone walks through that exact spot, they suddenly lose their balance, as though something had pushed them from behind. The strange part is that immediately after stumbling, the person looks down at the floor, at the very spot where the blurry streak had appeared moments earlier. Did they simply lose their footing? Or did they see something with their own eyes that the camera could not clearly capture? An underground parking lot already feels suffocating enough, even in broad daylight. But when that place is abandoned, swallowed by darkness, and there is only one way out, every sound inside can make you regret ever going down there. Posted by Nellis in August 2016, the video captures an exploration of an abandoned parking garage beneath a hotel in Bosnia that was rumored to be haunted. The entrance was overgrown with weeds, and inside, there was nothing but crumbling concrete and long, dark corridors. As the group made their way deeper underground, they found a red handprint on the wall, as if someone had smeared something across the surface and then disappeared. Then their flashlight landed on a bag lying in the dark.
Let me just twist this torch just to get a better view. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Oh yeah, flipping hell. Look at that. It's like a handprint, but someone smeared their hand.
Here.
And there as well. Wait, does it say anything? Let's have a look. Just some numbers. There's numbers here.
phone number
If there's anyone in here, give us a sign. Oh. If there's anyone in here, give us a sign. Oh. Oh. Hi guys, there's a door there. Oh my god, there's food. Look, there's food.
Hello. Imaliko. Imaliko. Imaliko.
The moment they called out, asking anyone there to give them a sign, a strange sound immediately echoed from deep inside. Then knocking sounds began to appear again and again, but no one could figure out which direction they were coming from. The deeper they explored, the more signs they found that this place was not completely abandoned. Freshly eaten food, storage containers, and towels lying near a closed door. It seemed like someone had been living or sleeping down there. But the moment that made the entire group decide to leave was when a sound, like something being dragged across the floor, began moving closer from the darkness. They did not stay to find out whether it was a person, an animal, or something even harder to explain. With only one way leading back out, leaving before whatever was making that sound could block their escape was probably the smartest decision they could have made. What would you do if, every night, you kept hearing noises coming from an empty room? And then the camera finally captured what was causing them. The YouTube channel Charles Lorida and the Mischief posted this video in June 2011, claiming that his house was truly haunted. He would often hear sounds coming from the bedroom when no one was inside, and he always felt like there was some kind of presence standing near him. So Charles set up a camera to record through the night and left the light on. About 2 hours later, something in the room began to move. Watch this video until the end and pay close attention to everything. As you can see, the lamp on top of the dresser starts to shake slightly. Right after that, an object sitting on it suddenly falls to the floor. Then, the door on the left swings hard on its own and slams shut, even though there is no one anywhere in the frame. Many viewers told Charles he should leave the house as soon as possible. And if your bedroom camera captured objects falling on their own and a door slamming shut in the middle of the night, would you keep living there or move out the very next morning? Lizzie Arts believes her own house is haunted after her camera kept capturing incidents that left her more and more terrified. That night, she was woken up by the sound of a smoke alarm going off right near her bedroom. Even though there was no sign of a fire anywhere in the house, Lizzie was home alone at the time.
Just woke up to the smoke alarm going off. I don't know what's wrong. Let's see what's going on. I just heard a thud. Might have been a door outside. But I'm home alone. I know which one it is.
The strange part is that every time she mentioned the ghost, the alarm would start going off again, almost as if whatever was inside the house was deliberately responding to her. There were 2 other smoke alarms in the house, but they stayed completely silent. Only the one near her room kept being triggered throughout the night.
We have 2 more smoke alarms in the house. There it goes again. You need to stop that!
Then, when Lizzie finally lost her temper and yelled at it to stop, the alarm immediately went quiet.
And I gotta pee and I'm terrified. You need to leave this house in the name of Jesus Christ. My house does not deal with devils. The Lord Jesus Christ is in this house.
Of course, the first thing to check would still be a low battery or a faulty device. But if replacing the battery did not stop it from happening, then maybe Lizzie was living with something that really enjoyed keeping her awake. And judging by what has already happened inside this house, I have a feeling this will not be the last time her camera catches something creepy. Do you think so too? Some shadows just pass by and disappear. But the shadow Sonny Cooper captured does not seem to move in any normal way. At first, it glides across the frame in one direction, looking almost like the shadow of a rat or some other small animal. But then it suddenly comes back in the opposite direction. What makes it so confusing is that the shadow seems to vanish across a fairly large gap, then reappear in a different spot. This happens twice, making it look almost like it is teleporting. This could just be some kind of time-lapse editing. However, the way the shadow moves looks very natural, as if the whole thing is happening in real time. So what does this strange shadow really belong to? Let me know if you have a reasonable explanation for what is happening in this video. Peter had only moved into this house 2 weeks earlier, but it seemed like whatever lived downstairs had already started letting him know that the place had never truly been empty. Posted in December 2009, the video captures the night Peter finally worked up the courage to grab his camera and look for the source of the noises that kept coming from the darkness. After a loud crash, he turned on the hallway light and looked down the stairs. The sound stopped immediately. Peter stomped down the wooden steps, probably trying to scare off anyone hiding below. But after checking the rooms downstairs, he found nothing. He went back to his room, turned off the light, and thought it was all over. Then, suddenly, a loud slam came from downstairs. Right after that, slow footsteps began climbing up the stairs, getting closer and closer. Peter stood there waiting in fear until a shoe was suddenly thrown straight at him from the dark hallway. He immediately rushed out to check, but there was still no one on the stairs or in the hallway. A lot of viewers said that after that night, Peter should have kept every light in the house on. And honestly, after a shoe flies out of the darkness on its own, I would have done the same. Phoenix had gone into the forest alone, simply to record peaceful nature sounds for his ASMR channel. But what he captured was the complete opposite. While standing alone in the quiet woods, a loud, piercing scream suddenly echoed from deep within the trees. The sound immediately terrified Phoenix, and he ran out of the area. Afterward, he said he did not know of any native animal that could make a call like that. It sounded somewhat like a creature screaming, but it also resembled the call of a goose or a large bird. There was a body of water near where he recorded the video, so it is possible that the sound came from a bird hidden somewhere along the shoreline. But in the middle of a quiet forest, when a sudden scream comes from a place where you cannot see anything. Phoenix's decision to run away was probably the most understandable reaction. Do you recognize what animal made that sound? And that is why you should never walk through places like this alone, without carrying a weapon. Timothy Bartlett had only just asked Billy to prove he was there when the chair in front of him suddenly slid away, as if an invisible hand had pulled it out of place.
Are you here today, dude? Huh? Oh, what was that? If that was you, could you do it again? I heard something. Can you do it again for me? Nobody's gonna hurt you. Nobody will hurt you. Could you move something again for me? Oh. Holy shit. Okay, I saw that. All right, I'll leave you alone.
Billy is said to be the spirit of a former guest still lingering around this abandoned water park. And if that story's true, then the response he got was almost too precise to be written off as a coincidence. The chair did not just shake slightly or move because it lost balance. It clearly slid right after the request, making Timothy immediately step back in fear. Of course, the video quality from 2012 is low enough to hide a thin wire, but because the footage is so old, we also cannot properly check whether someone was standing just outside the frame, so there are only two possibilities left. This was a very simple setup, or Billy really did hear his name being called in the middle of that abandoned water park. This is another strange video filmed in a basement, where every normal explanation seems hard to believe, except for the possibility that something supernatural might be happening. YouTuber David's Ghost Cams had just installed a brand new smoke and carbon monoxide detector, but the device started behaving in a very confusing way.
Okay, so we're gonna go downstairs, and I'm going to show you what happened the other night. And I still don't know why, but it has to do with the basement, and this is a smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector. It just did it again as I was walking up to it.
It only went off whenever David walked down into the basement. What made it even stranger was that the detector kept reporting a carbon monoxide level of 0, meaning there should have been no reason for it to sound the alarm. David decided to bring his camera with him and record the whole thing. Watch what happens the moment he steps into the basement. The device immediately tells him to evacuate the house. Before that, it had been silent ever since David last left the area. There was no smoke, no sign of a gas leak, and yet the warning continued to go off. David believes the basement is haunted by the spirit of a man who had stayed there for more than 3 months before passing away. Since then, he has repeatedly experienced things he cannot explain, like objects moving on their own and strange noises inside the house. Then, right as David begins talking about the alarm, it goes off again, still giving the same evacuation warning, even though the carbon monoxide reading shows no danger.
But that's my theory. since these things have started happening kind of in rapid succession suddenly. And if that is the case, that was pretty nice of him to have this go off again while I was trying to explain it to you. Well, I guess we're going to be nice again. Once again. Carbon monoxide level was 0. And no smoke.
The most logical explanation is that the device was faulty, or that David was secretly triggering the test mode. But most smoke alarms need a button to be pressed for that to happen, while this one seems to go off completely on its own. So if the person who once stayed in that basement really was trying to communicate, why did he keep telling David to leave the house? This video was recorded more than 5 years ago, capturing a very difficult-to-explain incident involving a Ouija board. The planchette begins moving across the board on its own, as though it is being guided by an invisible hand. But then the situation becomes even stranger. The planchette suddenly flips upside down, lifts off the surface of the board, and begins floating through the air before drifting away. The person filming said it had moved by itself several times before, but this was the first time he managed to capture the entire event on camera. After that moment, he decided to put the Ouija board away and never use it again. The most reasonable explanation is probably CGI or a trick performed outside the frame. But if the video has not been edited, the movement of the planchette certainly does not resemble any ordinary phenomenon. So, what do you think it was? A famous Indonesian actress named Leah Wade once caught a lot of attention after sharing a strange video on her Instagram story.
Karate, ya Allah, di Marga Satwa. Wow, sumpah demi Allah, itu ada pocong, sumpah demi Allah, sumpah demi Allah, sumpah tadi di situ demi Allah, demi Allah.
In the video, she was with a few colleagues when they suddenly noticed something floating above them. It was a blurry figure, hanging silently in the air, almost like a ghost looking down from above. The whole group's reaction looked pretty terrified, and honestly, the moment really is creepy. But this is also why the video became controversial. The figure appeared in almost too perfect a spot, floating directly above the group in a way that made many people suspect it could have been a publicity stunt for a movie or some kind of project. On top of that, Leah is an actress. The people with her may also have been part of the entertainment industry, so acting scared would not exactly be difficult for them. Of course, that does not mean the video is definitely fake, because even if it was a viral marketing trick, the sight of that white figure floating right above them is still enough to make viewers feel uneasy. And if the goal was to get people talking, then clearly this video did exactly that. Do you think they really saw a ghost? Or was this just a promotional stunt staged a little too well? People say that at exactly midnight, the ghost of a railroad worker appears on an old bridge in Red Oak, Texas, holding a lantern that is still glowing. To test the story, two men, Frank and the cameraman, went out to this stretch of railroad tracks at night. According to the legend, the worker once stood in the middle of the bridge and let a train come straight at him. On both sides of the tracks is dense forest, which is also said to hide an old cemetery where people who had once been enslaved were buried.
Hey, look at this.
What?
An old fence.
Where?
Right here. That's an old cemetery fence.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's a little gate. That's a cemetery fence.
This is it. We're here.
Oh, wow.
This is the old slave cemetery. Start looking around.
After crossing the bridge, they headed deeper into the woods and found an old fence that looked like the entrance to a cemetery. But while searching for traces of the graves, they both started hearing footsteps and sounds that seemed to be getting closer and closer.
Oh, man, I can't believe we found that. What?
I don't know.
Why do you pause like that?
I heard something.
Well, don't pause and not tell me what's going on. I keep hearing stuff
Listen.
behind.
I hear something walking. Yeah, I hear an animal. Should we go?
Well, let's keep looking.
I don't see any old tombstones or anything that would identify a grave.
Well, I don't think it'd be tombstones, but probably like maybe just an old rock, or maybe they use wood, but you know what I mean? Like a wood cross or something.
Maybe. Okay, there it was again. Please tell me you heard that.
I did. Which we need to pay attention. I can see pretty far with the lens, the infrared.
It's getting close to midnight. Should we head back to the bridge? I don't see anything out here other than that cemetery. What was that? That was it again.
Not wanting to get trapped in the woods, they immediately turned back toward the tracks.
Now, come on.
Oh shit, it just got like there's a road. Oh shit.
How do we get back? Come on, this way, this way.
Hey, I don't hear it anymore. Hold on. That was loud.
There's the tracks.
Okay, this is gonna be difficult. Oh. Okay.
Come on, here. Need help?
Grab the camera.
Franklin, we need to get out of these woods. I keep hearing that board.
Okay, go.
Come on. We're just gonna have to go through it.
Okay, go. Move fast.
Franklin,
Go.
I don't see how I can get through that.
Oh shit, go.
What? Franklin, there's no way.
There's a way. I did it.
There's no way. There's no way to get through. Franklin, go!
And then, right after they made it out, a strange light appeared on the bridge.
Did you hear that board?
Yeah.
Franklin, zoom in. What the fuck?
It's out. I can't see. I don't know.
No, there's a light on the bridge.
Oh, yeah. I can't make it out. I can't. It's too far.
Wait. Let's go towards it. Wait. It's getting dimmer. It's a ball of light or something.
Ooh. Oh, God. Okay.
What is?
I don't know. It went out.
It's gone.
What the hell was that?
It was right here.
It looked like just a ball of light.
It looked like a glowing orb floating in the darkness, right around the spot where the worker was said to have died. The two of them moved closer, but the light slowly faded and then disappeared completely. There was no one standing on the bridge, and when they reached the spot, there was no source of light left behind. Was it just a distant light distorted by the darkness? Or did they actually capture the ghostly lantern from the legend? Whatever the answer is, the fact that the light appeared right as they returned to the bridge makes this video hard to dismiss as an ordinary coincidence.